I'm Stacee Hawkins, producer at HCCTV. I love to learn, so I want to share my favorite free online resources for learners of all ages. This is Brainy Break. On a previous edition of Brainy Break, we visited George Washington's Mount Vernon. As our time of physical distancing has continued, the Washingtons have found new ways to show their hospitality, as Allison Wickens, Vice President for Education, explains.
We have two web pages, one mountvernon.org/online learning, which is designed specifically for teachers and students that might be looking for school-based experiences. And then we also set up a page designed for parents and students, or parents and kids that might be at home looking for things to do that aren't so school related. The first number one new resources that we have been offering are Facebook Live. So every day at noon, we visit Mount Vernon in a new and a different way. We have Mansion Mondays where someone takes a tour in one of our mansion rooms at Mount Vernon. Teaching Tuesdays, which allow us to talk a little bit about some curriculum and some resources online for the classroom. Washington Wednesdays, this is where we dig in deep on George Washington and his biography. Although I hear Martha Washington may be having a takeover day sometime soon. And then Thursdays, Tranquil Thursdays. So if you find you're being bombarded by too many things and too much information, we want to make sure you tune in on Thursday. And we've just done a full 30 minutes just looking out over the Potomac River from the piazza and just allowing yourself to breathe a little bit. And then Friday's Casual Friday. It's kind of whatever we think is cool or neat or interesting. It's been the home for our Pfeiffer. He's tuned in on Casual Fridays. Martha Washington has joined that day as well. And last week we had a visit from Caroline Branham. So you never know who you might meet when you tune in on a Casual Friday. The wonderful opportunity for you if you're exploring 18th century history with your kids for the first time, or refresher. Just remember that anytime you're exploring history, you're exploring stories together. And what Mount Vernon really tries to do is put those stories in connection with the primary sources that historians use to tell those stories. So you can go to our digital encyclopedia. You can do a little reading up on the subject before you talk to your kids about it. We have a digital encyclopedia entry on anything you could think of that relates to Washington. And you might just find yourself going down a rabbit hole there with all the cool information about the 18th century. And pretty soon your kid's going to want you to stop talking about how cool history is. But that's a good thing as far as we're concerned. The most important part of our mission is certainly to share the stories of Washington and the world that he lived in. And so education is a critical way to continue our mission while we are closed. We have launched a fundraising campaign to support our staff salaries. And of course, you can go to our development page for that. And also, this is just a great reminder of membership as a great way year-round, every year, to support Mount Vernon no matter where you are.
For Brainy Break, I'm Stacee Hawkins.